This video is for your protection, internal controls, and consistent management of public funds. The student activity funds are audited by the internal and external auditors periodically, or anytime there is a leadership change or when administration deems necessary. Failure to comply with applicable internal controls and/or established policies and procedures may result in employee disciplinary actions up to and including termination. Student activity funds are different from district allocated funds since for the most part they are student generated. These funds are derived from field trips, fundraisers, vending, fees, etc. Sound and proper fiscal management of student activity funds is critical. Appropriate accountability for these funds is especially important since many of these transactions involve school personnel handling cash. Proper receipting guidelines.
Hey Becky, I received money today from a student. Is it okay if I just wait and receipt it tomorrow when I get some more money?
All funds that are received must be receipted and submitted to the bookkeeper daily.
No, you got money for the field trip?
Yes.
Anytime you get money, receipt it the same day you get it, okay?
Okay, will you help me remind me how to do that?
Sure, have a seat.
Thank you. Let's see, let me pull this out. All this change. Let's see, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11.50.
Okay. All right, remember just in the back is the carbon copy.
Okay.
Put the carbon in between the white and the yellow.
Okay.
And then we're going to fill this out. Put
All
your
right.
student's name there.
Okay. Okay.
And your $11.50 goes in the field trip slot.
All right.
And total that down is $11.50.
Okay.
And if you'll write the name of that field trip for me, that will help. Be sure we put that in the right account. The school name goes here. Today's date's 4/22/16. Your name goes in teacher. And since this is cash, you can just check that there, cash.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Becky.
be sure and tear this white copy out, give that to your student, and then I will process this and put this back in your box. Be sure to check behind me to be sure all that's processed correctly.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, let me check my receipt book to make sure my money got receipted correctly. Perfect, $11.50.
Staff members must receipt all funds that are given to them daily in a pre-numbered receipt book issued by Greenville County Finance Department. Receipts should be checked for accuracy, date, student's name, amount, purpose, check, or cash. The white copy should be given to the student. The person that received the funds should give the receipt book and funds to the bookkeeper. When the receipt book is returned to the staff member, he or she should check to verify that the office receipt matches the amount receipted for that day, that the cash and check amounts are correct, and that the proper activity was credited. Fundraiser guidelines.
Miss Lewis, can I talk to you just a minute about the Beta Club fundraiser?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. We're thinking about doing the Mother's Day flower sale again.
Okay. How much money did we make on that fundraiser last year?
We made $1,200, and that was because they were all donated.
Okay. So do we have a plan in place to have the flowers donated again this year?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. We want to make sure that we at least make the $1,200 or more.
Okay.
With this particular fundraiser.
I think we will. Okay.
Our parents thoroughly enjoy the fundraiser, and I think our students enjoy buying the flowers for their mothers and grandmothers.
I agree.
First thing is, though, we need to make sure that you've completed the necessary fundraising paperwork. So have you done that?
I have. It's right here.
Okay.
We just need your signature if you're okay with everything.
You're wanting to sell the flowers for $2 per item. I think that's a good price point. Estimated profits, $1,200. Excellent. Okay. Everything looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and sign this. Just make sure that you remember to, after we've completed the fundraiser, that you also complete the summary, which lets us know how much money we make each year.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All school-sponsored fundraising projects must be submitted on a request for fundraising project form to the school principal for approval. The project must be approved before it can be undertaken. Once the project is approved, a copy of the request should be kept on file at the school. Requests must specify the planned use of the proceeds, including what will be done if excess funds are raised. Accounting for fundraising. The selling price of each item being sold must be established prior to the beginning of the project. If prices need to be changed to clear unsold merchandise, these changes should be approved by the principal and noted on all appropriate forms. The staff member should keep records of items distributed to students for sale. These records should be maintained with student activity records for the appropriate period of time. Receipting procedures should be followed in receipting students. The office should keep a separate account for all fundraising projects so that they can be reconciled. All revenue and expenses related to the fundraising project should be recorded in this account. After completion of the project, the staff member will complete the summary of fundraising activity form and turn it into the office. Once the project is completed and all paperwork is finished, all profits should be transferred to the appropriate club or activity. Prizes awarded for most sales. Intent to award prizes must be on initial fundraising request form. Purchase order guidelines.
Good morning, Miss Lewis.
Good morning.
I
How
need
are
to
you
get some
today?
gas for the lawnmowers,
Okay.
please.
Do you have your purchase order?
Right there.
Alrighty. Awesome. Make sure that you stop by and see the secretary so that you can check out a P card.
Thank you.
All right.
I
Thank
will.
you.
No funds may be spent from student activity funds without the principal first signing a purchase order. All purchases made from the student activity funds, SAF, must be done with a SAF purchase order pre-approved by the principal. This is necessary to assure proper review of expenditures for goods and services prior to the actual transaction. The following procedures and considerations apply. SAF purchase orders are to be made out in duplicate and may be initiated by persons authorized to act for organizations which have established activities. Prices entered on the SAF purchase order are to be the exact prices if known or the closest estimate possible if prices are not known. Estimates are to be noted as such. Tax is to be included. Purchase orders are to be approved first by the appropriate staff member and next by the principal. Signature by the staff member is to be considered as certification that the expenditure is within the fund's budgetary limitations. After proper approval has been noted on both copies, SAF purchase orders should be given to the school bookkeeper. The school bookkeeper should establish such controls as necessary to ensure that all SAF purchase orders are accounted for. An invoice is provided when a school receives goods. The person receiving the goods should verify the quantity received and indicate their approval by signing and dating the invoice. The invoice should then be turned into the bookkeeper for payment unless the invoice was paid by a purchasing card. Staff members should be encouraged to turn in the invoices as soon as possible so that the payment can be on a timely basis. The SAF purchase order, the invoice, and other supporting documents will be attached and placed in the expenditure pending file. The principal may decline payment from student activity funds for purchases made or committed without prior approval and submission of SAF purchase orders. P-card guidelines.
Hey, good morning. I need to get gas for the
Okay.
lawnmowers.
Okay, you've got a purchase order for Miss Lewis signed already?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Sure do.
Perfect. Okay, let me get you a P card.
All right.
Now, I know you've already signed a user agreement because you've checked the P card out before.
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
need you to check this one out today.
Okay.
We're going to put your information here. If you'll sign right here for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you're going to Spinks, so the
Yep.
vendor will be Spinks. And if you'll put the checkout date today,
And what's the date?
today is 8/1.
Okay.
Okay, and we will, I need you to get a receipt when you go. Be sure it's a detailed receipt. Bring that back to me as quickly as possible. If you want to go ahead and fill out the purchase order number here, you can put that number 267
7.
286. And the account for your operational gas is 204 800.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the P card.
All right.
Again, be sure and keep this secured at all times. Once you use that, get the receipt, bring that back to me.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna give you this copy.
An employee using a Greenville County Schools purchasing card, or P card, has been entrusted with authority to expend student activity funds. With this authority rests the responsibility to assure that district procedures in this document and the Student Activity Funds Handbook are followed. Failure to comply with these rules and procedures may result in removal of authority to serve as cardholders, and disciplinary actions may be taken. Every employee that uses the P card must first sign an authorization form that they understand these guidelines. The P card use log must be completed by every employee who receives permission from the principal to use the card. The log must be maintained with the purchasing card file and available for audit. Under no circumstances will personal items be purchased using the school purchasing card with the intent of reimbursing the school. The card is restricted to school expenditures. Detailed receipts outlining what was purchased are required. If an original sales slip or invoice is not available upon reconciliation of the charges, the employee must make personal payment to the school for the amount of the purchase. P-card purchases are closely monitored by the Accounting Services Department. A P-card can be used for anything that would require a check for payment, such as classroom materials, office supplies, extended day purchases, online ordering, and travel. The P-card must be secured at all times. Loss or theft of the P-card must be reported immediately to the business officer. If it is lost or stolen while traveling outside of business hours, you should report it to the card provider using the telephone number on the back of the card. This telephone number should be written down by the user in case it is needed. Cash advances are not authorized and are not permitted with the P-cards. P-cards may be used to secure hotel rooms, airlines, and conference registration fees. However, card use will not be allowed to purchase any personal meals associated with school travel. Any unauthorized usage for travel expenditures will result in removal of the card. Travel-related expenditures on the P-card must also include invoices or receipts. The P-card must be returned as soon as the trip is complete, accompanied with all receipts and/or invoices. The P-card may be used for reasonable and normal purchases during a field trip for students, including their meals. For more information regarding Student Activity Fund guidelines, please go to the Finance Department Accounting Services link on the website to print a Student Activity Accounting Handbook.